guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another real quick video just talking about some updates to the ban list, specifically for Duel Commander. So for those that don't know, Duel Commander is a set of rules specifically for 1 vs 1 games of Commander, where the ban list supports a significantly more balanced type of gameplay. The real short version of Duel Commander is that the mana rocks like Sol Ring and Mana Crypt are banned to prevent people from getting these huge explosive starts that the opponent can't really come back from. Anyway, they announced a couple of changes to the ban list today, starting with Breya Etherium Shaper is now banned as a commander, followed by Vial Smasher the Fierce is also now banned as a commander, and Yisan the Wanderer Bard is now legal as a commander. And also Crow Mox and Mox Diamond were banned. Looking at the Facebook page for the Duel Commander ban list update, they did a very good job of explaining exactly why they banned each card. So I'm basically just going to read from the page because they summed it up very, very well. With Brea, they were basically saying that Brea offers a package of combo and control that makes her, quote, an absolute better offer than any of the other control or combo commanders out there. And finally, they go on to say her color identity offers little weaknesses, her abilities crush opposing board presence, and even she has opportunities to integrate instant win combinations. Breya Etherium Shaper outclasses all other available commanders in terms of versatility and power. In my personal experience, I've faced Brea maybe about 10 times in paper and Magic Online, and I don't think I've ever seen Brea lose. And not only that, I've seen Brea win games from some very bad positions. Basically, someone's in control of the game, and then Brea finds maybe 2 cards and starts running off some combo and completely changes the game state. I mean, it's almost like resolve any 2 combo pieces with Brea and you probably win the game. It's absurd the kind of positions that she can come back from. So also having faced Brea, the versatility that Brea offers is unbelievable. Being able to Grasp of Darkness a creature or dome someone for 3 basically means that you can kill just about all of their early to mid game creatures, but you can also take down opposing planeswalkers. And then furthermore, the other problem becomes if something like Phyrexian Altar is in play, then the Brea player can just make huge amounts of colorless mana, which they can use to slam one of their big combo pieces or just lock the game out with removal and counter spells. Brea is very, very nasty as a commander. I faced it in both 1 vs 1 and multiplayer. It's so difficult to play against. If you're in a multiplayer game, Brea should be one of your high priority targets. Next up, we have Vial Smasher the Fierce. I've only built 1 Vial Smasher deck. It wasn't very good. I didn't tune it very much. I was just kind of messing around with black-red control. And even then, it basically just turns into keep Vial Smasher in play cards during your turn, play instants in your opponent's turn, and you never really have to attack. So Vial Smasher the Fierce is also banned from Duel Commander. And the explanation that they gave for the banning is that Vial Smasher the Fierce was made for games with a starting life total of 40 and multiplayer games, which is very different than Duel Commander. The current Duel Commander rules are actually 20 life, not the 30 that's currently found on Magic Online. And they go on to say that the current structure in Duel Commander favors her a lot, mostly by dodging the random opponent effect due to the fact that there is only 1 opponent. This commander also abuses most of the cost reduction effects, such as pitch cards, delve abilities, or alternative costs. And they say that this could almost be acceptable if Vial Smasher didn't have the partner keyword. If Vial Smasher partners with a blue commander, then having some of the blue spells with alternative costs and mechanics like delve make Vial Smasher the Fierce a, quote, brutal and resilient win condition. And they conclude with, not being adapted to Duel Commander, Vial Smasher the Fierce is now banned as a commander. Also now on the ban list are Crow Mox and Mox Diamond. To paraphrase what they said, both cards have different restrictions that you need to play around in order to use them efficiently. However, they both still generate fast mana. They are both the fastest mana rocks in the format, and that they still cause problems, in particular with mono blue decks like Brawl Chief of Compliance and Jace Vryn's Prodigy. They conclude with both of these cards create a lack of balance in the game, which too easily determine the outcome of the game, so they are now banned. And then finally, we have 1 unbanning, which is Yisan the Wanderer Bard. And the reason that they gave for unbanning Yisan is because they cite that the meta has changed significantly due to the starting life total changes. Now that aggressive decks are a bigger part of the format, people are playing more creature removal. And because there's more creature removal, it's much easier to keep Yisan at bay. I played against Yisan in the current Magic Online 1 vs 1 setting, so it's not the Duel Commander ban list, so they do have access to things like mana rocks, leagues, but Yisan can get out of hand super fast. Now, if you have a board wipe against them, you can lock them down pretty good, but they still have a lot of ways to generate a ton of value even before you do that. I'm a little nervous about that unbanning. Having faced Isan a few times, Yisan can be very, very strong, and even after you wipe the board against Isan, you need to kill that opponent very quickly, because as soon as they recast Isan, they start using its ability, they rebuild their board position very, very quickly. So I'm a little bit nervous about the Yisan unbanning, but all of the logic seems very sound so far, so hopefully it's not as problematic as I'm imagining it to be. So let's talk about why do we care to changes to the Duel Commander format. Well, Magic Online has announced that they will be bringing 1v1 Commander leagues to the platform. We're still not sure what the ban list is going to be. I personally am in favor of a very aggressive ban list. I know that there's multiple dueling Commander formats, French, Italian, Pert of Leviathan, and a few others. I would say if a card is banned in any of those, I think it should be banned in the new MTGO format. Quite simply because cards don't end up on ban lists because they are fair cards or fun to play or good for gameplay. They end up on the ban list because they can do broken things that no one can answer. With all of the different Duel Commander formats and ban lists that exist, if a card was egregious enough to be banned by that format specifically, then I think it's just worth getting rid of from the MTGO format. So wrapping up, I don't really play Duel Commander or French Commander simply because Magic Online doesn't support it and I don't have a local playgroup that plays it. For me personally, the biggest takeaway is not necessarily how these ban list changes will affect specific French Duel Commander, but for me, I think the impact is how are these changes going to impact the new Magic Online format for 1v1 Commander leagues? I have to hope / I have to believe that Wizards is doing their research on the ban lists for all of the different factions of Duel Commander play, so that when they release the format, it will be a fairly well-balanced format, hopefully without any decks that are too problematic. But I do think that that's something they'll need to keep a pretty close eye on, and they may have to be aggressive with bannings through the first weeks or months of the new format. Anyway, I'm planning to do an entirely separate video on the 1v1 Commander leagues for Magic Online and my thoughts on those, so stay tuned for that because I'll go a lot more in depth about what I think the changes mean and how they'll affect Magic Online, but also paper Commander players. So keep an eye out for that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of the new bannings. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And of course, if you like this video, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.